So guys, a whole lot is happening in Nigeria. Like you can see, the bandit leader, I mean, one of the terrorist guys have come out to say 2 former governors are fueling insecurity. Bello Tuji is alleging that 2 former governors are responsible for the insecurity happening in Nigeria. So guys, you can imagine the audacity of this terror guy coming out to make this open confession. Now, before we get into the video, because people have been reacting as to why the Tinubu's government is so silent, even when these bandit leaders are the ones coming out to make this open confession that they have direct links with all these former governors, and Tinubu is so silent because of 2027. Tinubu does not want to start dragging people so that he will have more of them in APC to support him come 2027. Tinubu knows that if he start busting these people, it's going to affect the APC because they are the ones that reported these guys during the elections. We all know, we're told that these Fulanis were brought in since 2015 for election purposes, and guess what? After the election, they were abandoned, unattended to, and since then they refused to go back to where they were coming from. They've now become terror to the Nigerian state. Now let's take a look at this headline here. It is an urgent one. Nigerians must really take time. It says fear grips commuters as bandits abduct, rob travelers on a Lauren Obomosho highway. So guys, this December is going to be something else because the way these people have invaded the country, it is unbelievable. The forest in Nigeria is a hiding place for them, and like the former defense minister said, that their bomb cannot get to where the terrorists are, their surveillance cannot get to where the terrorists are. And the minister for communication and digital whatever was on Channels Television. He was asked about why is it that bandits are on TikTok and they cannot be tracked. He said the bandits are using another technology. Can you imagine? The minister Tunji, somebody we all know him, this is somebody people believe that he knows a lot when it comes to technology, but he's now saying that the bandits are so smarter than them, that the kind of technology they use is something they cannot track them. So guys, Nigerians are left to battle this insecurity themselves, because left for the government there is no plan. And like you can see, Tinubu's body language is showing that he's not even ready to fight those sponsoring insecurity in Nigeria. Now let me allow you to take a look at some of these videos on Bello Tuji coming out to allege that 2 former governors of the north are the ones responsible for the insecurity happening in Nigeria, and one wonders why Tinubu is silent over this allegation. Take your time and watch this video and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell notification. Thank you.
This is the most wanted man in Nigeria, and he has the effrontery to be making press statements and be on the front page of a national daily. First of all, that means that he's out in the open. He's not hiding anywhere. For him to be this public and to be making this kind of statement, it means that his whereabouts are known, and that surprises me a lot because he's the most wanted man. With regards to the import of what he is saying, it's been speculated quite a bit that this insecurity is being fueled by internal sources, by very heavyweight politicians. It's been said that some of them armed bandits in terms of when the elections were coming to support their candidacy and support their campaigns. It's also been alleged that some of this, the arming of bandits has to do with land grabbing. Some of it has to do with our mineral resources. There are various reasons that have been alluded to as to why this is happening. But when you now hear that 2 sitting governors were actually involved in arming bandits, whether they're armed with the intention of what is happening now or they're armed with other motives that now spiraled out of control and got beyond them, the bottom line is the allegation by this Turji Bello is that 2 governors, he specifically named the states, Zamfara and Sokoto, and one of those 2 governors is currently serving in the Exco today. And he said those 2 are privy, not just privy, but complicit in arming bandits and fueling this insecurity. Well, of course, immediately the responses were quite vitriolic, saying that you can't believe the words of a terrorist. He's just saying this and saying that, and that he himself has collected money in the past, which he denied. Look, bottom line is this: the terrorism in Nigeria cannot be as rife as it is without some complicity from within. We all know this. And we've asked government to name the sponsors of terrorism. They even said it just last week that they will expose those who are sponsoring terrorism. So if these 2 governors, 2 former governors, are actually involved or were involved in this, then they should be made public. They should be accused publicly and taken through a prosecutorial process and brought to book if found to be culpable. I think that part of why this problem has defied solution is because there is internal conspiratorial efforts that, if you look at some of the news, for example, when the military gets ambushed, it's because somebody gave their movement away. When they get ambushed unexpectedly, you can tell that the bandits knew where they were going, when they would be passing a particular place, and they lay in wait for them. How did they get that kind of information? So there are people on the inside who are working with the bandits, working with the terrorists, cooperating with them, and if it actually reaches to the upper echelons of government, as is being alleged, it makes the whole situation a whole lot worse. There's a saying that the insect that eats the vegetable, or that eats away at vegetable, resides within the vegetable itself. It's not coming from outside and crawling in to come and eat the vegetable from wherever it's coming from, but that is actually located within the vegetable. So if this is what is happening, it makes this monster a whole lot harder to fight. And maybe that's why it's defied solution up to today, is that all the efforts, it's like you are in a car and one person is pressing the accelerator, the other person is pressing the brake at the same time. That car can't move forward. So if all our efforts are geared towards fighting this insurrection and taking it down, while at the same time people who are supposed to be on our side in fighting this are actually helping to support it, it just creates a stalemate. And maybe that's why we've been seeing a lack of progress in fighting this scourge. But my worry really is that a person like Terrör can actually be making public pronouncements, not just on the front page of a newspaper, a highly regarded daily newspaper, but the fact that he has the wherewithal, the effrontery, and the unmitigated gall to be able to come out and speak publicly. I don't care what he has to say. Yeah. I think that the fact that he is so very wanted, this is an indictment on us and ourselves, that he can have the effrontery to do this in spite of what he had to say.
And we hope that the Tinubu administration will have the political will to get out this insect that is eating the vegetable right inside the vegetable. The conspiracy is unsettling. There you have it, the image of a bandit. It's not concealed. We can see him, and that means that this bandit is known and can be arrested. Why he hasn't been arrested leaves very little to the imagination.
Look, there are things that are very, very annoying, seriously. Very, very annoying. You don't even begin to think of, in fact, look at the terrorists accusing state actors of fueling insecurity. A terrorist who routinely releases those in his captives whenever you visit him. A terrorist who routinely release some arms and say, go and give your government these ones, I will kill the other, Somebody who came before the camera and told us that, look, this business we are doing, it is one of you that gave it to us. A terrorist in Nigeria who is even a foreigner. Mr. Moses, please, how do you begin to analyze this type of nonsense? You mean Nigeria have gotten so, I don't understand. A terrorist from foreign country, telling us this type of story on our own soil. Oh God Almighty, God, where are you? This is unheard of anywhere in the world. He is being specific. This is not the first time, remember. This is not the first time this man is saying this type of thing, yet nobody pays attention to him. Not even to arrest him or to neutralize him. This man is acting as if he's an alternate government to Nigeria. Can't you see it? Look at how long this man has been operating in Nigerian soil. He is saying he's not acting, so we are even acting. The people you kidnap that you release to us routinely, who are there to you? Who told you to kidnap them? You mean as you are talking now, told you, baby, there is nobody in your custody. Oh my God. This insult is too much.
Barrister, should that be the problem of George or the problem of the government?
I mean, for him to be talking, that means somebody is backing him. I'm not joking.
That's exactly what he's saying. That look, two former governors are the people behind the insecurity in the north.
You can see, they are not telling you that the tiger you are riding on his back, one day you end up in the belly of that tiger. The people that projected him from Niger over to you, you can see it now. I have already told you, evil does not last forever. At a point in time, all of you will begin to reveal yourself to everybody who care to listen. Look at somebody from Niger that the government cannot even tolerate over there. The junta in Niger have told us that, look, Toji Bello should be very careful, that he knows why Nigerian government is backing him. They said it. Yet, Mr. Okoro, you and I are here talking of insecurity as if we don't know what happened. We don't know who is behind it. I mean, it's very sad, seriously. Look, I will stop talking about this matter. If government does not want to take action.
The fact remains that that Toji Bello has said it under the circumstances that he said it doesn't mean that they are guilty.
Exactly.
Can you imagine? And government is listening to something. Imagine if somebody from my own part of the town is saying this in Okoro. Just imagine what will happen if somebody should come out and be making this noise from the southeast. Just imagine. Tomorrow you say, what have you done aggravated? You can see it. A foreigner, terrorist, talking like this to everybody as if Nigeria.
That's exactly my point. It should be the responsibility of government to rein him in, to capture him and try him.
If government
and if Niger Republic has a problem with that, then they will come and tell us. I mean, after we have captured him. But that said, politicians, we have always been told by even governors, what's his name, Professor Zulu Galam, the other day said, look, politicians are the ones behind insecurity in Borno State. Governor of Plateau State, governor of Benue State said, look, I know certain politicians, but unfortunately, when they say this, they don't name them. They don't mention them.
The name Matawale has been in the picture. What happened?
No, Matawale has been in the picture, but there is this argument between Matawale and Dauda Lawal. Matawale accused Dauda Lawal, and Dauda Lawal in turn accused Matawale. But it is curious to understand that in all of this, we hear the president and say, at that point, I think the presidency said, look, Matawale has not been found, wanting. And they gave him a clean bill of health. And he continued to serve in this government.
Good. That will tell you that.
Why is it possible? I think it was the National Security Advisor said, look, we don't have anything against, we don't have any information, any intelligence against the former governor of Zamfara State.
Good.
Bello Matawale and all of this. So the suspicion is deep. The suspicion is very deep. So, the curiosity in all of it is it, why we get this kind of information? Why is it difficult for the security agencies to apprehend these people, investigate them thoroughly? We understand that you cannot investigate Dauda Lawal because he's still a serving governor. How about this other person?
Yes.
And people like Zulum should tell us when they say politicians are the ones
now is the one calling for
calling for the arrest of investigation. Terrorists,
they make light of the whole.
Don't just even mockery of government of Nigeria. That a terrorist will be telling you what to do and what not to do.
It's like Osama bin Laden telling American government, what to do with the people in government that are causing problems.
I can you just imagine
government. I know America will never take that.
Every time you be hearing, we are closing in on Toji Bello. Since how many days now? Every time we are closing in on him. We are closing in on him. What kind of work is he doing for God's sake? And every day they come and tell us we are working very hard to end insecurity. We are working hard. We have been neutralizing. Oh my! Look, you see this deceit. It's very. If you are a patriotic Nigeria, this thing should embarrass you. I'm not joking. It should embarrass you that a government will be this lazy, this layback. That a terrorist will not be. Remember this man that Obadiah, that CBN man that he said that governors are behind all these things. And immediately he said they arrested him and shortly after the man died. Is that not true? Every time they mention governor, go and listen to the report by Dan Ale Kefas. I think it's in the internet. a very deep report about how the former chief of army staff died. That what's his name? That died. The man named everybody. Yet the report is before Tinubu. As I talk to you now, he is with it. The man said he submitted it to him. In Sokoro, nobody has been brought in. Nobody. And you are telling me you are fighting insecurity. The man even said that when he brought that report, they had to detain him for 64 years.
64 years?
See, I mean, for 64 days. 64 days. A high-ranking military officer like that. After all, he was very specific. He even said that plane crash was a bomb. It was not ordinary. He mentioned everything that happened. How some people's legs were blown out. That cannot be crash. In Sokoro. So tomorrow, when I'm against this military, let nobody blame me because the report is out there now. They are the ones wearing this where they will tell me they are fighting insecurity. Look at the contradiction. If you are truly what you claim to be, can such a thing happen?
Exactly the question. When we heard that the federal government has approved 94,000 million
to be recruited,
and I was asked the question: this new enlistment, does it look like the military is currently overwhelmed? And so these new people, the 14,000 soldiers, that you want to send to the Army, Navy, and Air Force, what new brief are you going to give them? Different from the brief you gave the old ones. Briefs like when they are trying to overpower the terrorists and all of that, and order comes.
They were pulled back here.
So these new ones, will you give them a fresh order to attack and kill?
It means that most of our military have resigned from the military. They don't want to tell us. For them to be talking of recruiting this number of people, they have all left. And they don't want to make it public. Not to frighten those who are still fighting. All these things they are telling us, there is no truth in any of them. No truth. If you see the level of betrayal in the military, you wouldn't even want to go into it. From what we are hearing now and from the report we are hearing, this military are not sincere.
So talking about the military, we hear that the president has promoted his
APC,
twice in 1 year. Twice in 1 year.
Oh, so that is the infamy that is going on.
And now the brigadier. So what would be the rank of the president's ADC? Does he have any limit?
He came in as a lieutenant colonel.
Okay.
As a lieutenant colonel.
From there to colonel.
So and the reason they are promoting him is what I find laughable.
Did anybody tell you?
No, the reason is that so there will be a spirit call within the villa because the SSS man has just been made a director. That's the president's SSS aide, and then the police security aide as well has just been made. I think he has also been promoted.
Okay, so that they'll be at par.
They'll be at par.
Okay,
they'll be at par with commissioner or something. So now promoting him to that level puts them at par. So the rest will not be above him.
One another as equal.
Exactly.
No, as long as you are not in the same military establishment,
it shouldn't matter.
Yeah, it should be seniority.
No, but there should also be a command structure in the president.
But what then happens to his mates?
Yes, who are not in the
military.
In the military.
Everybody is not promoted at the same time.
You see,
that's why when you have people get in as first lieutenants, by the time they are 15, 20 years, you see some of them colonel, some brigadier, some major general. And that is how it ends.
And don't you think this will bring some sort of bad blood?
Of course,
it will.
Including this elongation of tenure, whereby you now put some people on hold, while their junior will be above them. Why do you think we will be happy with such a thing, Mr. Okoro? How?
Whatever happens, I think there are several questions around the sincerity of.
In fact, Nigeria, the way this thing is being run,
except there is something they know that we don't know.
That is not
that from what we see. I mean, the government cannot be telling us that look, we are trying to recruit more people, and meanwhile, the people that are in there, by the time they want to overpower the terrorists, ask them to pull back. For what reason?
And they are not well treated. And they are not well treated. They are not well treated. That's even the major reason. They are not waiting.
And we seem to be fighting insecurity. Meanwhile, fighting terrorism, and America says we are on the right path. Meanwhile, we have 600,000 daily images living in IDP camps. And their homes, not that their homes are flooded, not that there is any form of natural disaster in their homes. Their homes are occupied by foreigners.
Foreign terrorists.
And you tell us that we are fighting insecurity. The only way I believe that this government is intentional in fighting insecurity is if they start from that point that look, you have to take back all the IDPs back to their native land. Then Nigerians will believe that look, we are sincere in this fight.
Look at how long this thing happened, Mr. Okoro. Before America reacted, look at how long this thing has been going on. Look at how, that means if not for this thing from Donald Trump, nobody would have done anything though. All these other revelations that
apart from the Donald Trump pressure, even within the Donald Trump pressure, do we see enough effort?
At least our fears have been confirmed. All along, we have been saying it, but nobody have a handle on what is going on. All these revelations that is coming out now, from the report they submitted to Buhari and to Tinubu, which is coming out now in the open.
We have Comrade Roy. Comrade Roy, please feel free to join in into the conversation.
Thank you.
Oh my God, you always forget my.
Go ahead, please.
I did not hear the question, sir.
Oh, okay. It's not a question actually. We're just reacting to the headline. The headline being two former allegations of a terrorist, two former governors fueling insecurity. Torji Bello. I don't know if you are familiar with that story. If you are, then let's have your take. If not, we'll move on to another.
Of course, this is not the first time we are hearing that people there are Nigerians who are sponsoring this insecurity. Even some international organizations have mentioned him. Even some foreign countries have also mentioned him. Nigerian government have never considered it wise to say let's consider those variables. And I believe, and that's the reason why I strongly believe that those in position of authority don't want this insecurity to end. Because there is a school of thought we say that some of them are profiting from the whole arrangement, and they will continuously want to. Your favors you want to make it to continue to happen so that you start reaping the dividends. That is what's going on. If Nigerian government genuinely want to fight insecurity, to me, it's not a rocket science. It's just a matter to take a situation that will make it to work. A person who is an inspector general of police who have been there, you know the time have elapsed, you will see continue to keep him there. How do you expect the younger ones who have been aspiring to want to be an IGP, how do you expect them to put in their best? They are already limiting their potentials, and this have a way of also affecting the level of security within the system. Nigerian government, President Tinubu must consider it now to say, well, we are not supposed, this man, you can't remain like this. How do you even, one of the things I've even been very bothered about, how do you remove a man who was not doing well as an army team, and I'm making him a minister of defense? I find it difficult to reconcile.
I disagree with you. Some of us think that he was doing okay. He was doing okay as the chief of defense staff.
If he was doing okay, why was he removed?
Well,
did you check the only team?
There could be other reasons. Is the
year of service is he very favorable to him? Is he have more years to do with the army?
Yes, but then politically, since he was appointed, he was removed, and then he had to leave office.
Do you know the financial implication of that? What it costs Nigeria to do that?
Apparently, yes, of course.
We are borrowing money. We must be very careful.
So it's governance now that is the issue. It's governance. That's the issue.
And the government is the issue. Government must show serious capacity to also question them.
Right.
Because if you don't question those who are financing the source, that is the source of the power of the insurgency. If you don't question them and nip it in the bud, the process will continue. So we just be dancing up and down
about money. Money is spent and monies and all of that. So let's quickly run into another issue. If time allows us, I'd like us to also talk about.
Sorry, Moses, before you go to that thing, you were here when they promoted this chief of defense, Abi, this new person that came, and when he came, he was blowing hot. I told you here that he's not going to do anything. Did I not? Did I not?
The Minister of Defense.
Yes, I told you. Did I not?
He just started.
Please wait. How many days? Hold on. How many days does it take you to?
Not even up to 2 weeks.
Leave that thing.
Okay, what are you expecting?
Donald Trump started action from inauguration day. Donald Trump, he started action. That day, he read his 14 policy statements. That day, he was inaugurated.
The same Donald Trump you are talking about said that the Ukraine war and Gaza Hamas war will end in 3 months. Did he?
But he wants to tell you that you need that.
So the minister has gone into
hold on. Listen, there are things that are very immediate. Listen, he told us that you want to find out who gave the order for the security to leave that school before these girls were kidnapped. Yes. Is that not true?
Yes.
How many weeks now?
Do you know if he has done that?
And it's not in the public domain. Do you need to set up a panel for that, Mr. Okoro? Please, we people are just defending this government.
We are not defending.
How long does it take for someone to say, who gave this order? A question, somebody will answer you immediately. Is that not true? You need to know
if they have found out.
And found out and nobody told us. You should know.
But it's like it's the same thing. If they tell you every move, you say, why are you?
If it is right now, if it is right, I will support it. But this one, I told you here that nothing will happen.
No, sir, this is military intelligence. It's not everything that will be put out in the public.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Really? Yes. Oh, military intelligence, Abi? That the intelligence led our girls to be somewhere now in the bush with terrorists, Abi? What is intelligence there? Intelligence that led somebody to give order that some people should leave where they were.
But don't choose the conversation. The chief of the Minister of Defense said, look, I'm going to find out, I'm investigating who gave the order for the military to be pulled out. As at now, we don't know.
Oh, really? And it's taking how many weeks now?
It doesn't matter. Maybe they already know and they're already taking action.
The one that
what we need to say is that, look, there is action on the ground.
That is no action. Nothing will come. I told you, whenever government don't want to do anything, they set up a panel. Yes, they set a committee that will look into what the other committee did, and from there they will not.
There is this notorious bandit in Sokoto State that has been gone down. Are you aware?
Let us see.
He was taken out.
Have they shown you this?
He was taken out.
Have they shown you anybody?
I'm trying to recall his name.
Okay. Have they Kachala? Have they told you anybody?
Yes,
have they told you any? Have you seen any of them? Have you seen any of them? Are we not supposed to see those who have been troubling our lives? Whenever this one has just right in the news, nothing else. What kind of thing is that?
When they kill Kachala, they should come and show us.
What is wrong with do that? What is wrong? Tell me, what is wrong?
Sir, when America killed Osama bin Laden, have you ever seen
what are you telling me? What are you telling me?
What picture did you see?
They brought it. They brought it out.
Someone's picture.
What are you telling me? When they put him in an iron casket and threw him inside the river so that nobody will go there for pilgrimage. It happened.
Okay.
But apart from that, but so because what we are fighting is different from what America did.
I bet it's still
no, this one, they call them bandits. Bandit that you are holding meeting with government, holding meeting with bandit, and they will not tell you.
Press conference.
Can you just imagine? Did it happen with Osama bin Laden?
Okay, but I know you're upset.
I should be. I mean, upset is a very mind work. What are you telling me? In your country, you claim to be a sovereign state. America should not come into it, but the bandit can come here and be telling you stories, bandits, and you say you're a sovereign state. From there.
Let's see how much more upset you'll get when I read the next story. Okay, so the next story is from the Guardian newspaper. It's a big story on the cover page of the Guardian. Can be found on page 6. It says Buhari's legacy on trial as Emefiele ex-ministers face 3.5 trillion naira graft probe. Now let me see if I can quickly take you through it. Now, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) is currently investigating Chris Ngige, a former minister of Labour, over an alleged 2.2 billion naira fraud. That's for Chris Ngige. Now, former Minister of Aviation and close political associate Hadi Sirika is also facing charges over an alleged 2.7 billion naira fraud linked to aviation projects. That's another one. We also have the Emefiele. Yes, Emefiele's arbitrarily allocated 3 trillion naira worth of foreign exchange, equivalent to $2 billion, without competitive bids or due process, allegedly conferring undue advantage on associates. All right, that's one of the allegations against Emefiele. There are others, the housing estate and the rest, a few others. That's for Emefiele. Now, EFCC is also prosecuting former Minister of Power, Saleh Maman, who's been ordered by a federal high court in Abuja to answer to a 33.8 billion naira money laundering trial. And similarly, Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development under the former minister Sadiya Umaru Farouk is accused of laundering 37 billion naira meant for social intervention programs. All right. Now, we haven't even, okay. Now, collectively, the allegations involving Buhari's era officials total an estimated 471 billion naira in direct naira figures when the alleged 2 billion naira forex allocation is factored in. The total could be approximately 3.47 trillion naira, highlighting staggering magnitude of the cases confronting anti-graft investigators. There you have it.
So, as we clap for them now, Abi?
Well, I'm not expected to clap.
So
I expect you to speak
so
on the matter.
I am not amused.
You're not?
I am not amused with what you just read now. It's just a statement. What are the actions?
They're investigating.
Has anybody been brought in, Mr. Moses?
In detention.
Really? Yes. And you think at the end of the day,
Malami is in detention.
Are you sure? Oh God.
Boris, I don't know what will happen tomorrow, but I know that they are still in detention.
If this thing they say is for the optics, for Nigeria to believe that something is happening, nothing is happening. Let them first of all grab the 210 trillion naira. This one is just under our nose. This will happen now. Let us start from the known to the unknown.
Do you believe in this country?
What?
Do you believe that this country can be great again?
How can it be great with this type of people? No, tell me how. How can it be great with this type of people running the show? Greatness is an action by great men. Did you see any great man in here? Hold on, did you see any great man in here? That kind of money cannot be missing, and everybody just behave as if nothing happened.
Let's say with the people that the APC people served under Buhari, that this APC.
Why are you after them? Go after the one here now. Listen, I told you here, start from the known to the unknown. I will take you to the known now. The known is this one that happened now. This one happened now. 210 trillion
happened in the past 10 years.
They said
the 210 trillion. Not in one fell swoop. Cumulative for 10 years. Now we have a Hadi Seriki, former aviation minister, who more like scammed Nigeria, more like inflation, because he's not been proven guilty. Now this administration is trying Hadi Seriki. This administration is investigating. Look, Malami. This administration is investigating Chris Wabeze. So
they are going after those who are in their bad book. Listen, I'm coming. I am coming. You are ladies must proof under the law. Is that not true?
Okay.
Good. Remember what happened to Ojekalo? This man was properly jailed. In fact, at a point, he became the first governor also under this administration that was jailed.
After 12 years of trial.
After him, good. What happened at the end of the day? Please tell me, did he serve that jail sentence? It
wasn't the federal government that released him. It was a court of competent jurisdiction that said, look, your trial was in error ab initio.
Oh God,
that's why you said that he who alleges must prove. You are alleging that 210 trillion naira was stolen. Have you proven that?
Listen, that means you don't know the story of Ojekalo. What you said now? Ojekalo was properly jailed.
Okay.
Now, APC people wanted to save him. You know what they did? They now promoted the judge that handled the case and then backdated it. Listen very well, though. Because that's what I call it with Okoro. You only want to deceive me, but I will not allow you to do that. Now, they backdated it, and say, as at the time this judge passed that judgment, he has been promoted. So he has no.
Barrister, that's not correct. That was not what happened.
What happened?
Barrister, that was not happening.
What happened?
What happened was that the judge was promoted. Hold on. You are telling me.
Go ahead. I've not finished. Go ahead.
The judge was promoted from High Court to Appeal Court. And he was handling Oji's case. You know what happened? He came from the Appeal Court to try that case in the High Court.
Oh, God,
that was what happened. Not that they bargained his promotion. No,
that was what happened. That was what the judge did not stand. They said that at the time he passed that judgment, he had been promoted.
No, he came from the Appeal Court to try that case. Which is abnormal, which is not.
Why was he promoted in the first place?
What do you mean? People get promoted from High Court to Appeal Court to Supreme Court.
You can see. You can see you now.
It was not deliberate.
It's not deliberate for him to have been promoted.
He merited the promotion.
He did not. Then let me hear, please. He did not. He did not. If they
promote Peter Lifu or Motosena, you say they are not deserving of it.
Somebody handled that case. And finished it. That was even what happened to him. He was already inside the jail, inside the correctional center. Before they now brought him out. Listen, now you are not getting it here.
You are missing the point.
You are missing the point. He had been jailed properly. It was later that they now said this man had been promoted. And for that reason, that case he handled was what? Null and void.
Barrister, that was not what happened.
I don't know this one. Was the cabinet inside the jail? Was he not inside the jail?
Was he not Appeal Court that squashed the jail?
Because of what happened. That's what I'm telling you. Because of what happened.
Let's take the argument from the Roy Oriamo. Cover it, please.
Over 3.5 trillion naira.
Yes.
In total. Looted or mismanaged under Buhari regime. That is an indictment on the government of Buhari.
7 trillion.
And there's also a direct indictment of the APC government. That will show to you that how late Buhari mismanaged this country. That will show to us that Buhari was never in charge. Under his watch, over 3.5 trillion naira looted from our purse. No, it's called for a deep sober reflection. Let Buhari, if it is possible for we to reach out to him in the grave, he is supposed to take responsibility for this. That was a man we were told in this country that is a no-nonsense man. He does not believe in corruption. Now look at what we are seeing. Look at what is coming on. Look at the revelation. Is it not shocking? Is it not disappointing? How do, in an economy like Nigeria that is struggling, the struggling economy, over 3.5 looted by selected few, and you expect people like us to be happy over it? No. The APC government, the Buhari government came to this time to loot and to destroy what belongs to Nigeria. And the present president must take it upon himself to vindicate himself that he was not part and parcel of that arrangement. These persons need to give us that money back. They need to, not just for them to go and serve. If at the end of the day they are quite guilty, they should return those funds to us. In this present day Nigeria, 3.5 trillion will go a long way. You know, how many states have look at the budget of
3.47. 3.47 trillion.
Which is more like 3.5. Which is
what is the difference?
It's more like 3.5.
Okay, if you want to put it that way.
What is the difference? We just need to need to show concern that I'm happy that this is coming now, so that we know the kind of government what Buhari did to Nigeria. When some of us said Buhari was a disaster, some people took it upon themselves to say no, we did not love Buhari. Look at the revolution now.
Comrade Roy, I think part of the conversation is that look, 3.5 trillion naira is alleged to have been mismanaged under Buhari administration, which is an APC government, and that we have an APC government under Buhari's watch that is trying, people responsible for the mismanagement. That's the argument. So, do you think that the president is intentional in fighting corruption at this point?
Of course, you have a responsibility to fight corruption.
Okay.
One of the selling points of the APC government when they were coming to government is to fight corruption. And I believe one of the cardinal points of this government is also to fight corruption. It must go back, it must revisit it, it must show that serious concern and a serious capacity to fight corruption for us. Because under APC, if you take an inventory of what have happened under APC, you now come with the 2 years of the present administration, you will know that Nigeria will have every reason to be sober this material time.
Now, when you talk about responsibility, yes, he has that responsibility, but we also know that people do abdicate responsibility. So the question is, do you think that is intentional now in fighting corruption?
No, let us not go to that direction. What matter is that, are they really, did this person, do they looted our phone? I think that's supposed to be the question. Whichever way the present administration is going by, we should have ourselves, this person, we should ask ourselves, do they really looted this country? Do they looted our phone? Did they steal from us? If it is yes, they should go by it. This is not out to be political. If we retrieve that money from there, you know it will go in no. Then we have a system now that is looking for any money to borrow from anywhere.
Well, the money is good, but you see, the issue is also that looted funds are relooted.
That is the problem, because
So guys, let me quickly take you through this reaction. This person here says, since becoming president, what positive changes has Bola Tinubu's government brought to your life? Share your thoughts. Let's see how Nigerians are reacting. This sounds very interesting. Hey, honestly. This person say absolutely none. Another person here say, what more can I say? I am a shoemaker, custom made leather shoe. Okay, this person is advertising. This person say he cleared my eyes from those I look up to before now. I love reading and listening to Fani Kayode, but not anymore. I can't even talk about Reno nuggets. Man brought a lot. This was the eyes. It's not about grabbing power and running with it. It's all about knowing what to do with it. This was the I had $36K worth to 26 million before he was sworn in. Oh my God. In the same amount, because it became okay, and the same amount became 55 million after he assumed office. That is the only thing I can remember. It became 55 million. Okay, and this person say there will be massive protest by February. February, if tax is deducted from people's account by January. I know this because it will affect the rich, and when the rich become angry, nothing will avert the protest. This person here said only agony and pain. He is very demonic man and a terrible president. He made me realize that 50K I've once looked down on can be hard for me to make in his tenure as president. This person said he reduced my purchasing power and my tax net. Now I'm really working my ass out to feed my family. Sending money to my dad is a thing right now. Yeah. Hey, people are really going through a lot. Terrorism, hardship, corruption, nothing. My standard of living has fallen. That's all I think of is how to manage. Especially, I don't blame him. I blame Nigerians, defeated people. Ask those that said he built Lagos for them. They can tell better. This person say, with all these things that you have just mentioned, what positive impact are you talking about? Let's start from the bottom. What has your governor done in your state to better your life? When we move to the president, you will see people voting for him again in 2027. He reduced my purchasing power and expanded my tax net. Everybody's tax net. He reduced my purchasing power, untold hardship and heightened insecurity, terrorism, poverty and hardship. That's what Tinubu brought. Let's keep going through the comment section and see what obedience has to say. This person here said unwanted democracy, hardship and insecurity. So these are what Nigerians are saying, that Tinubu brought hardship, insecurity, poverty. You know, people who were like comfortable now can barely eat and feed their families, you know, and that is really so sad. Now, there are a lot of reactions trailing Abaribe's statement. Senator Abaribe was spotted in a video saying Tinubu didn't win 2027 election and he's not going to win again come 2027. Guess what? That video has really gained a lot of traction. Many people are reacting, saying, oh, Abaribe went too far. But God, guess what? I love his audacity. I love his boldness. I love the way he came out to say it without fear of ever. It's only those who are scared of being arrested that will not want to speak, because if you speak, Tinubu's government is going to pick you up. But Senator Abaribe has taken the bull by the horn. You know, coming out to say that at this time means he has the boldness, he has the courage. Because Tinubu is just going after opposition, and he thinks that's the right way to retain power. It's not in Nigeria you retain power that way, you know. So many people have been reacting. The Yorubas are giving him buzz that as an Igbo man, he dare not. Moreover, he's a sitting senator. Let me take you through some of this. This person say, he's a man of truth without fear. Every Igbo blood don't support evil. And this person here say, he never won 2023. Igbos have this trait of speaking truth to power without mincing words. And this other person said Tinubu did not win 2023. Tinubu will not win 2027. And another person here said, oh my God. Another person here said, some people need to be jailed. An issue that has been filed to the Apex Court. That means you are indicting honorable justices. Good. But anyone that wins should keep the reform going. So guys, let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell notification. Thank you.